Ironman champion. He's built like an Adonis. He should host his own lifestyle program. He surfs big waves. He's a kite surfer. I'm going to say it right now, I've got a man crush on him.
Well, I'll tell you what, just so you know, this winter he could be paddling across the Molokai Channel with a Kay Slater in the teams event.
There I go. Trevor Hendy and Kelly Slater. We'll get to them later. Wesley Berg missing the star. We've started with 17 men in the second race of the 5 in the Eliminator. We lose 3 again. As always, all the cameras, all the interest will be on Kane in the orange and Ali in the black as the boys just without doing themselves any injury.
Well, you know, Corey Hill, Zane Holmes there, great across that there. Shannon Eckstein as well. That really suits Zane Holmes. He's such a good wader. Big, tall guy, 6'2", 6'3", very muscular. And having to run through that deep water when you're tall and powerful makes it a much easier effort. And because of that, Nick, he'll be up the front every time when that happens.
Yeah, nice to be out the front too and just get into your stroke rate, get into nice, clear, full strokes, as opposed to the boys just in behind that are still battling to get those clear strokes in. Kai's a little bit crowded for probably his like, but he has the ability to move when he wants to.
Leading in front there is Shannon Eckstein. He's competed in this series 9 times, never missed the overall podium, 6 wins and a second. You speak to him, he's not a man that blames anything, but he's had an unlucky year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been crook. He was crook the first 2 rounds and not himself. He fought back. I mean, last week at Coolum, all things equal, if they did 10 races with him getting 7-second start on the field, he'd win 8 out of 10 races, I can tell you that. And he went away from the beach at Coolum going, you know what, I'm in form, I'm a bit unlucky. Today, don't be surprised if he wins today. He'll walk off the beach today wanting to win 1 round of this series, even though he might not win a series. And he said to me during the week, Leachy, I need to lose a series to come back and be better.
Yeah, well, it'll make him more hungry, Trev. Sometimes when you have disappointment, it certainly makes you go back to the drawing board and see how you can work harder. And he still does have quite a few years left in him, Shannon, doesn't he?
Oh, hey, Nick, have a look at his stroke as he comes past the camera just there. Unbelievable. We've been talking all year. Obviously, Hursty's the gun swimmer. But Shannon just looks so good. He stretches it out so nice, and he makes it effortless. And we all know how good a form he's in. He's been the greatest Ironman for quite a while. He's so very good. I'm picking him to win today. I had a funny little flashback just before, Nick, because I was sitting side saddle just when you were about to throw to me, and I went, oh no, it's at Noosa last year that you spotted me sitting side saddle.
Look manly. Make sure you look manly.
I've got my legs over either side now.
Well, Trev, I mean, I've always said that Shannon, he looks pretty when he does everything. So powerful, but because he's got such a great technician, whether he runs on the sand, swims, skis or boards, it looks pretty. It looks like poetry in motion.
You know, the big thing, and I've been talking about this with a lot of crew that I'm helping with coaching-wise, is that when he takes his stroke, he doesn't slip his stroke through the water so he can get the next one in, a la the mindset that the more strokes, the faster I go. He has weight on every single stroke that he puts through, so he pulls his whole body through the water with each handful of water, and that's why it's such a slow stroke, but such a fast pace.
Well, Kane Eckstein making a move on his brother at the moment, but Kai Hurst, he is really starting to change the gear up now. You think about how good swimmers look, and he really does look like he's so efficient, so smooth. Not a lot of white water around his stroke. You look at the other boys, it's a bit splashy, but for Kai, it's very smooth, not a lot of wash.
Nicole, you've driven up the most magnificent Bruce McAvaney-style chart here, and I can see that if Kane was to win here, if Ali finished 3rd, they would be tied on points. Kane had 2 wins, he would win. So if Kane wins and Ali comes 2nd, Ali would win the title. But if Ali drops back to 3rd, then Kane would win, correct?
Yes, that's what the calculation with my computer and my calculator this morning came up with.
You're not looking for a get-out-of-jail clause, are you, Nick?
Oh, look, I wrote it up for you boys, really, to try and decipher.
You did well, because we couldn't do that.
And if they're the same points, they go back on a count back.
I got to say this as well, guys, which we haven't mentioned, but Ali Day's not just fighting against Kane Eckstein. He's fighting against Shannon Eckstein too, because when you've got blood in the race, brothers, Shannon will go and sacrifice himself if he has to, to get his brother up.
What can you do, Guy, as Shannon, if he thinks, right, I can't win this whole show, what can I do to help my brother? What can he actually do?
Well, if he thinks Ali Day's not on the pace, he could force the pace to keep everyone really moving along. He could be that front guy really working. It comes down to a sprint finish at the end. So this is the ultimate. If he has to sprint with Ali to beat him to give the title to Kane, I mean, he will bleed if he has to.
What about blocking in the water, Guy?
He could do a bit of that as well. He could really make it hard, push him a little bit, put him under pressure,
and
those sort of things as well.
And make sure Kane's in clear water if he needs to be more efficient.
It's certainly harder for Ali Day today having Shannon Eckstein in there as well as Kane Eckstein.
And will Shannon and Kane as brothers have spoken about this?
Absolutely.
Even if they haven't, it would be instinctual. You know, they would just do it. You know, it's the same as seeing Courtney say that she wanted to see Bonnie get on the
Shannon will
podium.
sacrifice himself for Kane to win because he can't win the series.
These are the boys in the red zone. Reese Drury has dropped into that area. We started with 17, we lose 3, and we go back to 14. Trent Martin is also in that danger area. It looks like the tire's just coming in a little bit now, so the boys are trying to make their way over that sandbar, but again, it's on the craft, off the craft, and on again.
Matty Poole still in there. He's having a better day today. Holmes, he's looking good. Trembath has continued the form from Coolum, which saw him do so well there. That was his sort of breakout event this year. Tannen Linden is in 13, so he's just there. We've got Atkinson sitting in, so Drury is right on the cusp of missing out.
The boys are working hard. We started with 17. We're going down to 14. 3 will be eliminated. Kane Eckstein is in second. He is in the mix. Ali Day is in first. He is in the mix. The pace is red hot. The temperature's red hot. This is round 6 of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman series. Glorious conditions at Noosa Beach if you are on the sand. Just take it easy in the bikini or in the board shorts. If you're out in the water, though, 30+ degrees, a very energy-sapping heat, and the boys in the second race of the Eliminator are getting down to the crux of it.
Well, Ali Day then really sort of decided he wasn't happy where he was, and he's fought hard in that board leg, much harder than maybe he needed to. But Hugh Doherty's come through. It's the first time we've spoken of Hugh today, which did so well at Coolum, was that sprint out of the water with Kai Hurst, got beaten by millimetres last round last week. But Shannon Eckstein, the one we spoke about, who's really going to make a point here, is up there with Corey Jones.
Have a look at the crowd on the side.
It's fantastic.
There's no sport you can go to. I know when I go to the AFL, they don't just let me sneak out on the centre wing and see Chris Judd running past, which you can do in Ironman, and there is Kai Hurst.
Nearly touched Kai there, didn't they?
Absolutely. Great crowd on hand. Kai Hurst battling away with Wesley Berg, Kane Eckstein and Ali Day just shadowing him at this stage. As Wes and Kai make their way through the field on the Renault run leg.
Well, Zane Holmes and Matt Poole seem to be in that back little group there, so they're facing elimination unless they can do something in this board leg, which is the final.
Interesting, Nick.
With ski leg to go.
Ski leg, sorry, in the ski leg.
Ski leg to go, but there you go. So Wesberg, a little fall there. Oh, it's taken Kai Hurst down as well, so Kai will be not happy with that at all, but they are still sitting in a reasonable position. So Kai Hurst got back up. He's onto the ski now.
How did you read that little look, Nicole?
Who was it that did that to me? Oh, it was you, Wes. It's okay.
Yeah,
no, I think it was all right.
Now look here. So you see the deep water there. They're jumping on the ski, and they're actually going through the deep water to miss that bank. So they've got tired enough now. They don't want to run the ski along the bank, Nick. They actually want to paddle it down the side. Trev, the whole conditions have changed here. Reese Drury's sitting back with Tom Atkinson, but right then on the shore then they decided to jump on the ski, not run it out through that hole onto the bank, but paddle around the side. They're starting to get tired already.
They are. Conserve a little bit of energy too, and also on the way back in, that bank on the way back in's changed completely with the tide being so low, so now they're running over to the left close to the crowd to get back in fast.
Well, Trev, we just saw shots of Tannen Linden in distress on the beach. It looks like he has withdrawn from the race, and Nicole, this is a reflection of the conditions. It is very, we say 30 degrees and you think in Melbourne 30 is not too bad. It's such an intense heat here.
Yeah, it is an intense heat, and there's nowhere to escape it out there as you're competing in this Ironman. So 5 races for the boys if you make it all the way through. So it is a really big course and a big ask for them today.
Big test of just attrition today. I mean, it is that hot down there. We were down there before, and you literally want to wear thongs on the sand. The sand's that hot that it burns your feet.
And the other thing is, too, they've had a week off between the last 2 rounds as well. They had a couple of weeks prior to that. So it has been a quick turnaround for them. Not a lot of time to get any work done. It's just recovery.
This time last week they were racing at Coolum. Yep. They rest up, freshen up for this week. They're on again.
The red zone, you can see Tannen Linden, he will be out of the race. Trent Martin also looks like he will drop out, and Reese Drury trying everything he can to make his way back through the field. And Kai Hurst, he's just powering along. Matty Poole, big group of supporters on the beach. Ali Day is in that pack, and there is Zappa. Zane Holmes continue through the field. It is just an absolutely glorious day at Noosa, unless you're involved in this caper.
Yeah, tough. I mean, the only one out there I think that would be very happy with these conditions would be Kane Eckstein. I mean, the most similar conditions to this was WA, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
in Perth, endurance race, hot as anything, in the 30s, no wind. Your skin felt like it was melting on your body. Today's the same day.
No nudist, though, here today, Nick.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, he ate those conditions up, Kane. Sitting at the moment as Hugh Doherty's doing a very nice job. we see the boys from elimination. I guess these boys won't be going through past here.
No, there's one here. So there's one spot here. This is open slather. So Drury and Atkinson are fighting for the last spot to get through. So there are 2 other competitors behind them. 3 will get knocked out. One of these 2 athletes here will get into round 3 of today's Eliminator.
Maybe Tommy Atkinson's tired from doing his lifeguard duties this morning, Mark Howard, as you were doing your 800-metre swim. Tommy Atkinson paddled out and said, "You guys all right out here?" And I said, "Hey, make sure you don't run over Howie."
He had one of those life vests, boy things you throw out to someone in distress. Think they didn't need to use
Can I
it.
say that you are looking more and more like an Ironman every time that we come to a race, Howie?
Well, there was a lady in a cafe asked me this morning what time I was competing, and I was that excited that she thought I was competing. I think she thought I was in the under-17s.
It was a well-paid $20 I gave him.
Back at the front, though,
cruising.
The boys have just taken the foot off. They know that they are going to be through to the next heat in this Eliminator, which will be down to 14 men. And Shannon Eckstein,
he's like a prancing pony, isn't he?
Oh, he's pretty. Just pretty to watch. He's just good at everything he does. He really is. Just a natural at it. There's Kane Eckstein, Shannon Eckstein, Corey Jones looking good. Hugh Doherty in the blue sitting in behind. Then there's a
He
gap.
doesn't stop. Look at him go hard.
Oh, there's the fight. There's the fight to get through to the next race between Reece Drury and Tom Atkinson. So there's a real fight on there. But Kane Eckstein wins again. So that's 2 from 2. He looks strong. He looks in control. And so does Shannon Eckstein. So that's what Ali Day's up against. If Ali Day wants to win the series this year, he's got to take on those 2 boys.
Looks like Reece Drury has made his move on Tommy Atkinson. Tommy will drop out the back. There's Ali Day just coming through the field now. Zane Holmes safely through. Wesley Berg safely through. Hayden Quinn is down on the beach. Hayden, hot down there. Big crowd on hand. Great day for Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman racing.
It sure is hot. I'm here with Matty. Matt, haven't had the best luck so far this series, mate. What are you going to do today to really pick it up a notch?
You know, I guess I've got to put all those past races behind me now and just try and finish off the series with a strong result, you know. I've tried to put all those first 5 races behind me. I felt like I had a little bit of luck and bad luck, but you know, that's the luck of the sport, so I'm in it and I'm out here to have a go.
That's it, mate. That's surf, and that's why we do it.
That's it. Thanks, H.
Hayden Quinn right amongst the action there. A few men have been knocked out. Reece Drury is one of them. The full results after the break. 3 races to go. We are not far from unveiling a new champion here in Noosa Heads. Look at the aerial shots. One of the best point breaks around in the foreground when it's worked. Sunshine Beach in the background. And there are the results of the Eliminator Race 2, brought to you by the Sea Temple and Service Paradise. Kane Eckstein, Corey Jones, Shannon, they're all through. Zane's through. Corey Hill, Wesberg, Alex Tibbetts. Reece Drury has actually snuck through with the retirement of Tannen Linden, Trent Martin and Tommy Atkinson. They are all done for the day and done for the season. There's a legend, Lisa Curry-Kenny, out in the water with a few youngsters, and her young fella competed earlier on Jet in one of the junior events and did pretty well. We might see some of that later.